Back. I blue screened, unfortunately. I just can't catch a break today, can I? Cannot catch a break. Alright. Well, I'll reopen Enshrouded, I guess. I'll also quickly look up the stop code. Uh, great. That's lovely. I don't like that. That has the potential to be some real not great stuff. So, hopefully, uh, hopefully it is not. But yeah, I'm just gonna quickly open this. If Naresh hops back, we'll be good. So, alright. What does linking the Twitch account do? Yeah, how's everyone doing? Alright. Yeah. But I hope you all are doing well. Be a fun little task. Sure, everything around is correct. Yeah. It'll definitely be a fun task to get everything fully upgraded again on my PC eventually, but that would take quite a while before I'd be able to upgrade my PC again, unfortunately. Because unfortunately, I think if I need to upgrade my PC, I might need to upgrade my motherboard, and if I have to upgrade my motherboard, then I don't think my any of the other components in my current computer, besides maybe power, would be able to be brought into it. I am all the way over here. So it just put me all the way over here. Those are... Alright. We'll fast track back here, I guess. So we'll go if Naresh joins back, then we'll watch the reaction. So. It was only a little bit after Naresh left. A little bit, actually. That shows being 14 minutes. Who knows? Yeah. If Naresh returns, then we'll do that. Apparently there's... What? What do you want? Stop wandering away from me! Dancing in the sun. And I'm in love. No, not with her. With the kindle waste. The fiery sunsets, clear sky, the abundant harvest. Before the drought. I want to see this vibrancy myself. I could find such colors in a town near a farm. Anywhere where people would dye their clothes or other fabrics. Maybe a color palette that'll bring us a little piece of the desert. Okay. I believe now that this is probably the trees being ready to harvest. I don't know if I can continue to let them grow or what their furthest growth is, but... Alright. What else do I actually want to get now that I think about everything? What else is there for me to necessarily... I guess I do still need to find my way into the Kindle wastes. But that doesn't seem too difficult. There is still stuff above. I don't know what's available up that way, but... Yeah, I don't know what that location's gonna be, but... It is still blocked off, right next to that shroud route. Like... Stuff that I don't know of. You know what? I'm going to try to set that as my new waypoint. Purely because I am sort of spiteful and I want to see if I can get to it. Like, it's the one area I haven't explored in that section that's clouded still. So I'm gonna jump that way. But yeah, I don't know how long it'll be. It is that way. Yes. This way is the direction to jump. I forgot to get the upgrade to my tools and repair them. That would have been very bad for me to take that jump. Been very bad indeed. So I think I need... Let's quickly upgrade my stuff. I did just have a thought, which I want to do. Oh boy. Hi. How you doing, The Rush? Yeah. Under blue screening, which is always fun when that occurs. No idea why, but that happened. We'll probably get to the reaction in a little bit. I just kind of want to explore a little bit further for now. Mostly going this way. So we'll see what I can get from here. Yeah. Back mom forgot to turn the tap on, so the washing machine had an error and didn't actually waterboard. Alright then. Let's see. Can I get to where I need to be from going this way? No. But I can through that way. Ooh, chicken. Loot. And... got the chicken. Definitely one way to say the washing or waterboard the clothing. I would say it's a unique way to say that. I still have no idea what is in this direction. There's apparently a flame shrine. There's a wolf. How tough are you guys? Level 18. Most of them before their reason. Okay, so this is still counted as Kindle Waste. Wait, is this roughly where that flame shrine is? 36 meters. Below, okay. I have no idea who that is. Some of this area is ruined. He was the creator for the Dead or Alive series and helped to revive Ninja Garden in 2004. Oh, okay. I don't really know what those are. I am of course very ignorant of pretty much anything tombs. Alright. Alright, so whatever that is located below in the Myrtle Tomb. What do we... Must have fallen asleep or something. Because when I woke up, I was here. Had the taste of blood in my mouth. So I pulled another rotten tooth from my jaw and crushed it with my heel. I hate them all. I wish I could crush their throats too. Images, everything. Oh god. Stop it. Images, everything. Look, don't lose your cool, Daniel, you freak. Calm down. You'll upset everyone. Good fortune is all around, friend. Just don't be miserable. Everybody's always yapping. Do this, do that. One more and I'll bash their heads in with my hand drum. Especially Chester. By the flame, I hate Chester. His stupid luck will soon run out. That old fool headed straight for the scavenger fort on his way up north. What an idiot. His luck won't save him this time. Ow. Okay, so I guess I get to go explore all these. Two famous game series. Okay. Luckily, I have a decent amount of experience with these. Gemma storms high. I don't really need anything else from them but the gems. I confess that I failed my brother when he needed me most. He was never well, but something made him worse. Suddenly, he tried to claw my eyes out. He refused to eat. His mom's soup was cold as ice and shattered the bowl. I think it was a cry for help. He'd vanished for days, and when he finally reappeared in our bedroom in the dead of night, he awoke me with a whisper. In my new home, it's kill or be killed. I'll be strong for you. A somber voice calls to me. Someone or something wants to snuff me out, to eat me up, to steal my face and name. It wants to set me free. Dazed, I asked what he meant, but he simply whispered, go back to sleep, and I did. That's the last I saw of my brother Alden. Okay, so now I get to explore. Good. I do hate these bats. Yeah. Oh, and so let me eliminate a couple of these things. Is there something below here? Oh, fake. Okay, Ninja Garden has 23 titles, most recent coming out this year. Dead or Alive has 24 titles, latest one this year. Both are primarily martial art fighting games. Oh, okay. So they're sort of like a, I guess Tekken's not necessarily the same, but what? Oh no. I am immensely confused by that. Yeah, we're gonna go finish clearing out this, I guess. I assume location below is likely something inside of one of these, but Ninja Garden is pretty normal, closer to Street Fighter when one looks at the first release, the arcade release. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that kind of explains why I wouldn't know him. I have pretty much never played any sort of fighting game like that. Is there anything here, or... So it's located right below me. Did I go up? Oh. I also didn't even try to go down. Okay, Dead or Alive is closer to Tekken, the first one being arcade. Okay. Yeah, it explains why I haven't never heard of them. My knowledge on anything like fighting games, I didn't even know Tekken was a game until like a year ago, so. Yeah, that's my level of that. There's also Infamous for the beat-centric additions and sunsets to their games, so much that it helped to bring Ninja Garden to life. How did one game having something infamous become a benefit to another game? Like, how did that bring out another, once more? Oh. Yeah, I still don't quite understand it, but alright. Ow. Okay, still below. Okay. I beat him up. Beat him up. Ooh, ornate hand drum. Was this one of the... I think this is part of that. Oh, nope, that's not what this is. Wait, so this has absolutely... Oh, okay, B or B. Okay. That had nothing to do with... This is absolutely no part in that. So this has to be something, going deep below that, I guess. Okay, so there's something outside up. So we can get access to the top layer. That'll work. What's in the chest? Another infernal wand. So I have to assume that I have to go below to get to that. Okay, I've somehow stumbled across a chest in this area. Ooh, tarred bow. It's a nice bow. I like it. I think I'm gonna get rid of the fossilized bone. I truthfully have no idea where I'm going. Am I in an elixir well, or is this just a standard, standard, I guess? Oh god, that's why I was having problems. Ow. I am, for some reason, highly injured. Ugh. No! Dang it! Okay. Truthfully, I think this might be the better to get to here. I'm gonna jump down over to here, fast travel here, and then we're gonna try to do that again. Okay. I at least know that that's what that is. That is a Enshrouded route, which does explain its rating. I'm gonna take out the Shroud route. Then, if Naresh is back by that time, we'll do the reaction Naresh wanted, and then we'll be good. Infamous when you talk to shills, but said additions hump the spread. Worry about the game, which in turn brought renewed interest to Ninja Garden. Okay. Okay. Whew. Alright. How old was the guy? Oh, 58. That's sad. It's really not that old. That's sad. Yeah, that's a really sad thing to see. Didn't know anything about the dude, but yeah, 58, definitely a fairly young guy. Mostly say that, and kind of the fact that my parents are both, I believe, either both older or pretty much about the same age as that. Okay, we're gonna wait, and we're gonna jump again. Back. Alright, how you doing, Rush? Yeah, I just realized what age that guy was. That's always sad to see someone pass at that sort of age, because there's still a decent amount more. Like, that's not all that old in comparison to other things. You know? 58 isn't that old. I mean, I'm pretty sure both my parents are older than that, so. Like, that is really not that old. Alright, let's try to get up here. It's always nice when the shroud tells you where you need to be. Wait, what? I'm confused where I am now. Oh god, there's an enemy. Ow. Die, you. Ow. Hey, another mace. Okay, now where the frick is the open? Where is the open to this? I'm currently facing the wrong way. Is this it? Because I have to realize that I didn't drop in the right way. Okay. Oh, that's there. Hi, you. There's nothing in here, really. Alright. Jumping doesn't really get me up high very quickly. Right. Alright. Let's go take care of the shroud roots. Oh. We'll ditch those and we'll ditch the feathers. That's really what I remember to do, is I need to remember to... Ow. Ow, damn it! Ow. Alright, he's dead. I need to somehow... get back to where I was... and properly end the fucking enemy. Ow, god damn it. No. Yes, got him. Okay, I can take time to deal with the rest of this, but I have to get him dead for me to be able to progress anywhere. Okay. All the other enemies I can face with just holding a fucking strike, swing, 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 swing. Okay. Oh, Queen Anne's Revenge. The Ship of Infamous. Edward Blackbeard. Added to Ezra Land. Cool. I guess. Don't know too much about that, so I don't know. But I imagine that's pretty darn cool. Okay. So the Hollow Halls are over this way. I can't really get to them today. We'll probably do that next stream. But I think for now, we'll call that for now. I think. Or next stream of this game, to be most specific. Because I don't know what I'm doing next stream. I might do, Saturday I might do some of that game that you recommended, the free one. So, and maybe even doing something tomorrow, I don't know. But, alright. I don't think there's too much here that I necessarily was going to necessarily get, but I will empty my inventory of stuff. It is cool that we now have, like, refined stone, bare stone, the limestone, the city walls, like, all those blocks are really cool to have. Down with the ship. That is the one. Yes. I will drop off this ornate hand drum. One of these probably should have some of the details of some of the blocks. Okay. Alright, and here, throw Gem of the Storm, the 2 gems of agility, and the Bell Monstrosity's head. Yay! And we now have 2 Shroud Nexuses. Roughly 2 years ago, Ezra started adding sail-era vessels under the Tempest faction, all of which are eldritch sea creatures in nature. One even has a 4-pronged tendril tongue, reminiscent of a moray eel health. Okay. Don't understand that at all, but okay. Just chuck you in here. Feathered mace, 38 damage. It's not great. We'll salvage it. Let's see. What else was I going to do before I left the game? Oh, right. I do need to quickly chuck my... Not you. Not you. You. I can throw this in here. Okay. I'll also go to journal and check. Okay. So I got some of the instruments. Okay, no one in the community understood it too back then, but just another reason why it's better than Shanty Collection's Slow Nation. Alright, I need to get the dog. Okay, so that's just those. Beehive Smoker. The image. Loom for the Hunter. Sun Temple Stories, instruments. And there's the Flameborns, music sheets, fossils, Hall artifacts, abundance of color. Okay. Okay. I think that's pretty decent here, so I'm going to do this. Do that. We'll check these out. And then we'll do that. Because they're just images. Okay. I assume these are like faces for the character. And this is the Queen Anne's Revenge. Okay. I don't know pretty much anything about Azur Lane, but ooh. Alright, and then we're just going to Alright, we're gonna watch this now. This is the To Awaken from the Illusion. This is interesting. This surprisingly explains the other thing a lot more. I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, that explains that a lot more. And we'll just move back over to this. Surprisingly, I understand way more of the like that other thing where the characters were fighting inside of that main like room. Like that other thing you had me react to. I understand that way more after seeing that. The other thing didn't make a bit of sense, but surprisingly, that packs a decent amount into that little bit without any words spoken, just by essentially the visual storytelling of the set. So, yeah, that explains a whole lot more than I thought it would have. Because, yeah, I initially didn't understand any of what that was showing when it first showed up. Because, you know, yeah, that makes a lot more sense now, surprisingly enough. that whole bit of fighting inside of that main room, I can't remember what exactly it was, makes more sense given that than anything else. I just had a thought. I should probably not do that. I want to check something because I just had a random thought which is potentially useful. Let me just get this up. Um. Hey, some more images. Okay. Let me just quickly look. Uh, do I have that available? Yes. That might be something that I would be able to do, which is going to be cool. Okay. So we have. Okay. Um. None of this makes any sense to me. Um. Super rare explains some stuff. You got your different facial expressions. Don't really understand any of the rest of what's going on here, but that's kind of cool. The character definitely looks cool. If I knew what the Royal Fortune was, that would make more sense. But is that another name for the Queen Anne's? No, that's a totally different character. These are two different characters, just very similar. And then that's just kind of the character by itself. Okay. All right. She was the first. Ah, okay. HMS Royal Fortune is a different vessel. Yeah. Okay. Oh. I don't know too many ship names. I know a few from kind of U.S. history. You mind if I put the skins too? No. Uh, would there be anything in the skins that would warrant such question, or is it just a matter of what all you want to have put? I don't mind. The question seems uh, uh, seems more questionable, but who knows? It doesn't really matter that much. Yeah. Okay, for me, it's clarity of completion. For you, it's how you feel about it. Okay. I mean, I don't really care. Here's her two skins today. Okay. Yeah. Ah, that's a rather interesting, very odd skin for the same character. Like, that seems just odd, but okay. As the other one. Okay, it's just another one for the Halloween skin. Okay. I guess I'll enlarge it just so then everyone else can kind of who's watching can see it, but not for very long because that looks like that might have Twitch be a little upset with showing it for lengthy periods of time. But there's the character. I think the small version might be difficult enough to see, so I don't know. I don't know exactly how picky Twitch is, so uh, but, oh well. All right. Yeah. I mean, if you want to put more of these, yeah, that one will definitely Twitch will probably not like me putting it. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it looks like just a plain swimsuit, but I don't know how Twitch would. Don't know if Twitch is gonna like if I fully enlarge that, so we'll just leave it short and small. But all right, yeah. I don't know if you want to maybe put more of these or if there's any more of these you want to show, but if not, I think I might look at who might be a good raid target. What's following us? Okay, it's just those two. All right, yeah. If there's more that you want to show me, all right, yeah. Hopefully Twitch doesn't have any issues with these, but all right, yeah. All right, we'll have you just throw them all here, and then we'll look at them all. I assume that they won't have too big of a problem with it, but I don't know because I don't know Twitch very well. The benefit is just I am a small streamer. There is not a chance that any of the people who are watching probably would care enough to actually flag it. So, but all right, all right. What ah, all right. That one's definitely not horrible to do. Interesting. Very interesting. No idea too much of this, but the character design looks fairly decent. That just is all the freaking copyright stuff. Hmm, yeah, that seems pretty bulk standard for it. Just change of facial expressions, but everything else being the same. Seems about right. Uh, okay, and that's just kind of that. Some sort of scaling shit, but I don't know what. Oh Lord. And while you get the rest of these, I'm gonna quickly enjoy a cookie or two, as it is 12:30. All right. Yeah. Lazy Pirates, Angle, Angel, according to your translation. Okay. Interesting. Okay. All right. Yep. And these are the faces. All right. And then, of course, the kind of cutout version. Oh, yeah. You can see them in the picture at the top right there, I think. Interesting. All right. Yeah. That's kind of cool to see. Um, are there, yeah. Are there more of these, or is that the rest of the characters? Oh, nope. There's more. Okay. Just take a second, I guess, which makes sense. um, Portsmouth of uh, Portsmouth Adventure or Portsmouth, I guess. Yeah, I think that'd be Portsmouth. I think or Portsmouth. Ah, an interesting character design. You kind of have like the corset type thing, which is also then being used as that. 11 total so far, not including Queen Anne. Okay, so grand total of 12. Got it. All right. I think I might just this real quick. So I'm just gonna quickly do this before looking at more of those. We'll just type in. There we go. That should hopefully alleviate that. So these are the character's face. Nice. So I think so. This is the character, the Portsmouth Adventure. I think only the 6 faces instead of like the 12 and the other guys. But nice. And then of course the kind of cutout from the background, which is pretty cool. All right. I think uh, I think I might quickly. Um, yeah, I kind of have to go to the bathroom. So I think what I'll do is, whilst you continue to add more, I will move over into the pause menu, pause screen, and while you get more adventure, surprise, no idea why she has so few expressions. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah. So move over to the intermission screen while I go and go to the bathroom, and then I'll be right back. Continue putting them, and I'll go through them as they continue. I am back. Okay, let's look at this. That Halloween outfit is really wow. Okay, so we'll go back to this. I'll show it briefly just so then it's shown, but that is quite the outfit, and I'm pretty sure that that would probably not go if I'm in the wrong category, which I might be. So I'll show it very briefly because that is I I don't know the limits, but I don't know. This seems pretty close to what would probably be a limit. I don't know, but that's the character. There it is briefly, and away. And then we'll look at the character's facial expressions, which yeah, seems about the right character things there, but yeah. And then of course, this character, I think it's probably a lot better. And then of course, uh yeah, and then we have the facial expressions for this character, which seem yeah, shifty eyes, I guess. Ah, but yeah, some of these are wow. Ah. Yeah, and then we have that, which honestly, that looks not that bad for a kind of art piece. Yeah, that Halloween for the other one is wow. Incantation of Revival. Yeah. All of these like backwards order. Okay. So I guess the other one would be the non kind of trimmed version. The very ghostly. Yeah, and then that's like the full art piece. Okay. Yeah, the ones that are like Halloween esque seemingly are a lot of these are they're at levels that I don't know how much Twitch likes. Uh, are most of the rest of these all going to be about the same? Because I may end up just maybe reacting to them off Twitch just to be safe. But I don't know. I don't know. I guess we'll go with it anyway. Uh, they're just I don't know the levels that Twitch is acceptable with. Uh, able to figure out if that's too far. Who knows? I guess I'll find out later. I assume these are fine. Well, I know Azure Twitch streamers exist. Yeah, I guess best worst. Here's what I'm gonna do. Actually, I think I'm going to change not just chatting, but to Azure Lane. So then, if it does, yeah, if they do have any issues, having it under the category of Azure Lane should do that. Adventure Galley. Yeah, that's again. All right. Yeah, these are definitely pretty interesting characters, I gotta say. The character designs are very interesting, I'll say that much. It is interesting to kind of see what elements of the image they put as the background and what elements they do not. But they're definitely pretty cool to see. Yeah, I think I'll just put under the Azure Lane thing, because then if Twitch wants to be angry with it, Carnival under the Blood Moon. Okay. Okay, and this is, I think, like a holiday for Halloween of that same character. Yeah. Oddly enough, probably the only of the. Let's see. I'm gonna look back at the other Halloween ones, but I mean that's one. Okay. Yeah, they're not horrible for Halloween ones. In terms of the ones that look like it's the same character but Halloween, that one's probably the best in terms of not being nervous of Twitch not liking it very much. But yeah, considering that it doesn't appear that which honestly, I gotta be honest, I think it's kind of funny because um Twitch, when I went to go put the category for yeah, when I went to go put the category of what's the name of it? Dang it. Right. The category, because I think at one point I was debating whether to do a stream for forgetting the name, dang it. Right. A stream for dang it, I can't remember the name of it anymore. Girls Frontline 2, that's right. Uh it's nice when the English version of the Twitter account shows up. Ah, same. Yeah. Wow. All right then. And then yeah, you get the faces right there. Yeah. Sale or Sal. I don't know how to say that. I don't know what the accent markers are for or how to read them. But that's definitely pretty cool to see. Whew. Yeah. It's definitely kind of cool to see these characters, but they are very much like, wow. Like, okay. Something like, so, let's just price, so, so, Martino, or Martino? I have no idea. The Golden Shadow. Okay. Eh, I mean, all right. Not a horrible character design, but yeah. So that would be so Martino. Huh. Yeah, and then we get the other version, so the kind of cutout version. Honestly, that makes sense. I am so bad at holy shit. Oh god. Wow. Yeah, I'm so bad at trying to read other languages or pronounce the words. I think the only one that I've got somewhat decent with would be trying to read a word if it's in Italian, understanding roughly how it'd be pronounced, but it'd be very roughly. But yeah, that's the one fun thing with English is that you kind of never have accent marks over any letters, so all sounds are just assumed. Like, you know, assumed as in you assume you can figure out what it's supposed to sound like. You know, so, so, who. I don't know. I assume that's Sal. Maybe Sal Martino, I think. Give me a moment. Need to find the Twitter announcement. All right. Oh, God. I did find something that might be useful, though I don't know. There does appear to be a um yeah, I did find that I think Streamlabs has a thing to potentially, I think, switch between going from your like a desktop to a phone, so that's cool. Man, I am getting very tired. Here we go. This one you might have heard of, Mary Celeste. I have not heard of it. Although the character model is about what I've come to expect for these character models. And then, of course, the facial expressions. Which, eh, yeah. At this point, I can just kind of go, ah, I see. That's the way they're going to do the character, I guess. Yeah. And then kind of the more full out version of the character. I assume that like part of the broken ship is the character, but yeah. If my aunt isn't failing me, it was the famous ghost vessel that was found without its crew. Huh. Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard of it. Yeah. Oh, ah, Wikipedia. Uh, that's not gonna work if I do it that way. Let's. Okay. Often erroneously referred to as Maurice uh, Celestio, was a Canadian-built American registered merchant brigantine that was discovered adrift and deserted in the Atlantic Ocean off the um, Azores on December 4th, 1872. The Canadian brigantine de Ready found her in a disheveled but seaworthy condition under partial sail and with her lifeboat missing. The last entry in her log was dated 10 days earlier. She had left New York City for Genoa on November 7th and was still aptly provisioned when found. Her cargo of alcohol was intact and her captain's crew's personal belongings were undisturbed. None of those who had been on board were ever seen or heard from again. Interesting. Ah, and then the Halloween. Why is it that the Halloween version of this character, unlike most of the other ones, is actually more covered than the regular. Jeez. Like most of the like about 50% of the characters, the Halloween outfit is like half as covered as the regular. Uh, I'll gotta be right back. Oh god, I need to blow my nose. I'll be right back. Right. All right. Sometimes more clothes is better than less clothes. More so when one starts with less clothes. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Golden. All right. Okay. There's a pretty common thing where the characters' tops, so to speak, are just fabric draped over to cover, essentially, and that's it. Uh, the facial expressions, yeah, seem about right. Uh, uh, and then, of course, the zoomed out version of the character, which is pretty darn interesting to see. Yeah. I definitely have to say, I'm going to assume that would probably happen with that, Mary Castle ship is probably the same thing that happens to a decent amount of ships. Bad waves, crew decided to exit the big boat and ended up probably two strips like that, more so if their uniform in shape with an end decoration is called press curtain. Okay. Well, I now know the name of that. Yeah. Yeah. My best guess would be because I think I heard about this. There's sometimes bits where even though the storm would be bad and they'd be tempted to abandon ship, sometimes abandoning ship tends to be more deadly than staying on the ship. So that would be my best guess for what would happen to that. Essentially, they ended up abandoning ship in a bad storm, hoping to not go down with the big ship. And what ended up happening instead is the small boat went down and the big boat didn't. For long and Patel, here's a surprise. What? Oh, for long femme fatale, here's ah it's the character thing with the other one. Wow, that is an outfit. Ugh. Some of these are just ridiculous. Like, this is just ridiculous in all senses of it. Ugh. It almost feels like someone like testing the boundaries of like what is allowed to be in a certain rating. Uh, like that is definitely seemingly something that is a thing. Uh, let's see. Yeah, that tends to be the thing that I'm noticing with a lot of these outfits is they all appear to be pretty much the I yeah. Now for a pronunciation test. Uh That Angie Zoe or Yan. I have no idea any way of pronouncing that at all. That Nanj is we or Soi. I don't know. Letters make so many different sounds. Trying to spell them are difficult. Okay, that one's not horrible, but yeah, that's a pretty decent character design. It's kind of hard to follow the design because it's upside down for that image. Uh, but yeah, that looks pretty decent. Like the facial expressions are kind of cool. It's definitely one of those things I also am noticing a lot with it. Okay, another thing for me to look up. Uh, was in English, exceeding treasure, often anglicized as Gunsway, was an armored Ganjadao trading ship belonging to the uh, Muggle. How is that said? I don't know. During I don't know how to say that either. It was captured on the 7th of September, 1965, by the English pirate Henry Avery en route from present day. Is that Mocha, Yemen? Mocha, Yemen? To Surat, India. It was built on the order of Empress uh, Mariam Mariam Zemi, great grandmother of, I don't know how to say that name at all. I'm not gonna try. After the capture of her ship named Rahimi. Okay, that's cool. I still have no idea how to pronounce any of this stuff, but um, mermaid in distress. Yeah. All right then. The different faces. All right then. As I had said previously, it definitely does look like, you know, them basically taking a age rating and going, how far can we push this? But I mean, in terms of mermaids, right at the least they could add. But the further drawn out image definitely looks interesting, I guess. I don't know what a chain on a mermaid's tail that is at the very small end of it. The thing that looks like it's binding legs together doesn't seem to make much sense. I don't know. Fancy. What? I I don't know. Is this the it's the private character name. Uh yeah, I mean, once again, similar thing to all the other characters seemingly. Like Azure Lane looks like it's like trying to have like really trying to borderline give NSFW content without fully going over the line for half of these outfits, but Oh, that's the character that you had talked about with the weird split tongue thing. Like weird like tentacle tongue thing. That's weird. The one with the moray eel tongue. Yeah. Weird, but interesting, I guess. Yeah. Usually half of these characters are like the idea of being, the one step away from being not safe for work. Uh, uh, these are definitely interesting designs. I don't quite understand exactly what's going on with all of the like squid tentacles with half of these, and I get the ship in the background. I assume that's the ship it's supposed to be like, but grave of your liking. And yeah, as I had said, once again, most of these characters are looking like they are entirely designed to be the easiest to take the image and just cross the line into not safe for work with the slightest of ease. It's like, how close can you get without going over? What? Only baby. Oh, why does this? Huh? Okay. I get what you mean by suddenly baby. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I definitely have to say that, yeah, half of these characters look like they are the one step away from crossing the line. Uh, like some of these images, depending on how well safe search is, might end up getting like taken out by safe search itself. Like just safe search on might remove some of these, like yeah, and then the kind of zoomed out version, which kind of gives more explanation to some of the area, but yeah. Yeah, like some of these characters are like they might get filtered by safe search. Amity. See it. Alright, well, how's this one? Not bad. Yeah, that one's at least dressed more reasonably. But yeah, rather interesting characters. I think if I understood more about Azure Lane, I might understand some of the marks, but yeah, and then of course the seeing through the hair because the hair goes over top of the eye. That's always interesting to see because I don't quite understand why do it. Why put the hair in front of the eye without either fully covering the eye or not have the hair go in front of the eye? It makes very little sense to me to have hair go in front of an eye and then superimpose the eye over the hair. I don't understand why people would do that. It's one of those weird design choices that I see that just confuses me. Oh, let's see. How many of these have we done already? Oh, let's see. This is gonna be the zoomed out version when it loads. Oh, yeah, that's pretty darn cool. All right, and then let's see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think these are the same characters at 10. That one's old 11. Okay, so is this the rest of them? Besides maybe the outfit for that one character. And then there's the Halloween one. Which, I mean, still not the worst of any of these. And then, yeah. And then you've got this version of the character. And then you kind of have your zoomed out, kind of. I don't know why. I don't understand the kind of degraded outer edge of some of these, but they look fairly cool at least. Alright. Alright, was that the last one? Or are there some more? I think I counted 10 or 11, but I mean, there's probably other characters. I just don't know if they're how long you want to do that for. Eh, how many characters are in that game? Basically, a style for the artist. There's some loading screens. A style choice for the artist. There's some loading screens. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it makes sense though to kind of give that because it just looks. It makes the image slightly more visually appealing. And so many of these. Did not make me realize something about my Discord server, which I should probably check. But all right. Yeah. Oh, there is some more of these. Okay. Oh, there's some loading screens. I, I missed a break in that sentence. All right. Yeah. That one, this one, which they're not the worst. They're not horrible here. Kind of interesting to see some of these loading screens. All right. A not image. Just gonna be what I say for that. Some of the characters, Halloween ends. Oh, pretty interesting. Halloween's not even. Oh God, Halloween's not even 2 weeks away. Oh Lord. Oy. And we kind of have some of the more, I think, underwater type characters. Kind of interesting to see the character all the way back there. What looks like fish. These are definitely pretty interesting. Kind of, they're visually interesting enough for a loading screen to kind of just be like, oh, that looks kind of cool. Not necessarily something of too stately, but it does give a decent enough view of everything. Which character back where? That person right back over here. The one in the very back of the image. Uh, yeah, I do in fact have my thing. That one right back there. Though I did just realize, I don't know, are some of these? I don't know. Kind of thinking about it and trying to determine whether any of these character designs would be something that would be not allowed on my Discord server right now. I don't know anymore. It's interesting, but yeah. Oh, was that the last one that you wanted to show me, Naresh? At least for now. Oh, there. Just a moment. I uh will let you continue finding your stuff and then do that. Because I'll be honest, I know nothing of pretty much any sort of gotcha games. And I saw gotcha games is a little cheap. Uh, the one in the back is Portsmouth Adventure. Okay. I I really wish I knew how to say that. Is that Portsmouth or like Portsmouth? Is that how that would be said or Portsmouth? I don't know. Some words get pronounced weird when you randomly combine them sometimes, or at least I say them weird. Uh, all right. Port- It would be Portsmouth. Yeah, that's probably the way that's said. I don't know. I don't say too many places names without originally hearing them, and so most of the time I hear a place's name more than I see it. So Portsmouth is. Oh, for some reason I have these names. And then aside from video trailers, is all the Tempest faction in Azure Lane has to offer. Let me double check if Queen Anne's skin has been accounted. Might be announced later if it hasn't already. Oh, announced. Okay. I took reading later into the thing for me to realize that that is announced. Okay. All right. Oh god. All right. I don't even know if that gets picked up on. It does get picked up on. Okay. I should probably stop doing that. Although it is fun to do. Just I have a thing of Bluetooth earbuds. And they haven't. Probably in the coming days. All right. Yeah. I think I'm gonna make a decision. Yeah. By the way, if you do want to post any other, uh, yeah, yeah. How many other characters are there in this game, by the way? Because I'm just thinking of this. That is a lot. They do have more picks concerning the uh Is it run? Danmachi? Is it run to pick up girls in the dungeon club? I don't know what that is. I don't understand what that is. Is that a uh Danmachi? It, is that another game that they're collabing with, or what? What is that? About 300 plus, nearly 400, and 100 of them being the lollybobby body type. Wow, that is a lot. Okay, and this was like 11 of them. Oh, geez. There's 12 characters out of that. Oh, Lord, that is ridiculous. 400. That is ridiculous amounts of these. They also learned to a release a skin with every new ship they announce. Makes sense. So basically, they announce a skin, and there's a second. So they release a ship with two skins already. Is that kind of the idea, or is it that they release both a skin and a ship, maybe for different characters or ships? I guess that is a lot of characters, ships, and stuff. Wait, this is like a gotcha game with that many characters? That is like 400 characters. If the gotcha isn't like a character gotcha and have them all separated, then that'd be like such a small amount. I don't I don't know how they have the game, but if it's a gotcha game with like 400 plus characters, plus I assume some way without paying excess money to get a skin, so I to be fair, it's a gotcha game. Why would I assume that they wouldn't make you spend money for skin? Like for a skin. Other kinds of games, maybe they might, provide a way inside the game, but for gotcha games, I don't think highly enough to think that they wouldn't just make the skin purely you must pay either to get access like to in-game currency to get it, or just pay directly to get the skin. Uh, that might just be me having a very negative opinion on gotchas. A skin each for each new vessel, along with skins for the existing vessel. And yeah, most gotcha games that last long enough get huge amounts. They have a standard gotcha or a construction dock in all terms, or in Azure Lane terms, along with two higher tier pools and the new vessel banners when they come around. Yeah. So basically, they have it very similar to the skims use gems. The in-game currency one can buy with real cash, but can be saved up through normal play. Okay. So in theory, you could actually get the character skins through that. Okay. I think when I was looking at like the girls frontline skins, I don't know what exactly you have to do to get like that currency, but most of them looked to be like a currency that you have to buy outside the game to then play, like, yeah, like it those seemed like a high tier currency that can only be bought that you have to use to get the skins. So that might just be me missing things because I haven't played it in a while, and I just gotcha games aren't really my I don't. They're not my standard. They can be sometimes kind of interesting to play a little bit, but they're definitely not kind of the standard that I'd hop to immediately. Alright. So is that for all the ones you wanted to show me? Was the one moment so that you were going to look up and try to find something? Oh, here you go. Okay. Oh, that's a lot more. Okay. Alright, let's find stuff. Yay. That one. I'm somewhat surprised that actually loaded. Like, please shrink that so I can actually see. Good. Okay, so these are the trailers for the other thing. Oh, that one was unavailable. Third in the line was unavailable. All right. Okay. Just gonna come over like this. Go. This one was unavailable. Only the third? Surprisingly, yeah, only the third.
4 times. No one really knows where his true self is. Maybe his true self never entered the second part of this dungeon.
Speaking. Yeah, surprisingly, only the third. Which, to be fair, given the way that this was... Hold up. Okay. Which one was the third? What we have is a wrong anime. I assume that's 3. I assume that's the third, season 4, and then season 5. So, I assume it's the third season trailer. Alright, so this is, I guess, the first, not third one suddenly had talking. Oh, that was a different video that I had. It was, that video was a therapist reacting to Freerun. That's a totally separate thing. All right. Yeah, that I somehow managed to click onto it to start the video going. So yeah, let's see what this is. Okay, I'll look at that in a second. Always love that.
迷宮都市オラリオン、ダンジョンと通称される壮大な地下迷宮を保有する巨大都市。
Well, that's not useful.
ロマンス、人の夢と欲望、すべてが息を潜めるこの場所で、僕は一人の小さな神様に出会った。
どのファミリアにも門前払いだった冒険者志望の少年と
構成員ゼロの神様が果たした運命の出会い。
これは少年が歩み、
女神が記すファミリアミース。 僕は強くなりたい。
Okay. If I actually spent more time, I think I could find the English dub version of the trailers. But just to get a feel of it, this will suffice. Yeah, I mean, a trailer works more or less for any version, so let's see. This is, I guess, season 2.
From here on out,
Oh,
I'm going to keep pushing forward, and then
English version.
I'll be one step
Yay.
closer. I'm going to catch up to her. I was able to get this far because of everyone else. I have to get stronger. For everyone's sake. As head of the Apollo Familia, I challenge you to a war game! Ah! And if we win this clash, then Belle Fresnel will belong to us!
Bring it on, Pump! You want this stupid war game so bad, then let's do it!
I was sold off to the Ishtar Familia. I don't deserve to be rescued since there's not much value in me.
This is wrong, and I will not stand for it! Even if it's the last thing I do, I am going to save her!
Okay.
Fight now! Fight now!
There is no escape! Firebolt!
Alright then. That's okay. There's 5 seasons so far, along with a movie that occurs after the second season, if I recall correctly, along with OVAs. Another season is most certainly on the way. Okay. Nope, that one didn't work either. So we'll just have to skip the 3rd season and go to the 4th. And then I'll check that image.
いろいろなことがあったね。本当にいろいろなことが。立ち上がれなくなりそうな時だって。それでも君は言うんだ。英雄になりたいって。
Oh, 3rd attempt. Alright. I'll watch this one, then we'll attempt season 3 again. Levi, Smith, Little, Commander, Jesus, Good.
僕はもっと前に進みたい。自分たちのためにもみんなで強くなりたい。
So the weight from at the bottom is all.
Fire bullet!
Okay. So let's see. Season 4 and that, so it's what, 2 years between seasons? Was this one of those shows that releases like half seasons at once, or? Nope, that one didn't work either. My best guess is there's something in the trailer that gets it flagged by YouTube. I'll quickly check these images. Okay. Are these some of the characters from it? In terms of the Azur crossover? Okay. Then we get, this version. Alright. And then, of course, the... Well, it seems just... Okay, that's just a side thing. Okay. They're fairly interesting. That version of the characters' facial expressions. And then we'll watch the... Alright, this is the 5th season. 3rd season's very heavy on the dungeon side, which is the irony. Okay, then. Yeah. So basically, the one one that it won't let me watch is the one that actually has any amount of... Oh yeah, that's a dungeon. Okay. All right, and then we'll try what are these? Top one was a no. Bottom one was also a no. Okay, and then we have this character. I think I recognize them. They kind of give them the turrets. Rue Leon. Rudlen, I don't know how to say it. And then we have, again, this version with kind of that. All right. And then we have the, of course, the skin. There's, of course. And then the facial expressions for the skin. And the another image. And that looks like a thing for both different characters. All right, then. Are there just those two characters for the crossover event? Oh wow, it's 1:40. I should probably get one. All right. Yeah. All right. So far, apparently. All right. All right. Well, I think that'll probably have to. Okay. Well, let's see. Did that one? Hey, that one worked. Well, let me quickly get rid of this group of pages. That one. That way we can with that. Yay, one finally worked. Okay. So we'll check out this one. I guess the one from Warner Brothers probably makes sense. All right. So this is the third season.
神々が下界に降りる以前から人類と争いを続けてきた絶対悪モンスター
Absolute people.
モンスターが涙を
The official channel came through.
どういうことだベル
一体何を考えておられるんですか
冒険者に追われてモンスターにも襲われて震えながら泣いていたんです
Yeah.
モンスターはモンスターです人類の敵です
I feel like what might get to sometimes, besides the official trailer, maybe not get through, might be a matter of the fact that the character is all one skin tone. There is not like a separate tone for like clothes. So that might cause some thing to flag it maybe. Who knows? That'd just be my best guess for why it might not let it go through. But they definitely actually have something that would like you don't really understand exactly what the frick the I'll be honest, I think if I could hear and understand yeah, I think if I understood what was being said, I may understand a bit more of the trailer, but most of the time what I see is like trailers that seem almost like they would be for different shows. And I feel like there's something that I also noticed with a few other shows is when tonally the story shifts without understanding why. I think that might be one of those problems that I'm having with watching these trailers. Is because I like look at these trailers and see massive tonal shifts seemingly between each trailer. and massive different stories being told. But that might just be me. But all right, I oh boy, it is about one. Let me get some stats for you. All right, as long as it don't take about 5 minutes, I think once it gets to 150, I'm just gonna call this stream at that point. So I don't know how long that'll take, but we'll go. I'll be going for maximum 6 more minutes. So because it is 1:40 in the morning, and I have to get to work tomorrow at 9. Not horrible, but it is definitely some. Okay. Whoa, boy, that is. Whew. All right, so I'm gonna go. There's that. Perfect. So we'll just sit on this. Season 1, 13 episodes, 30-minute time slot. Okay. So probably 24-minute episodes roughly, or 22-minute episodes. Season 2, 12. 4-year difference. Yeah, that kind of difference. I guess. No, in terms of anime, like, having massive differences isn't that odd, but given that by now there's 5 seasons, at least. Yeah, season 3, yeah. What I'm gonna guess is that they only got permission for 1 season, so they made a complete story, and then they story did well, and so they got more. Oh, what? I forgot one. Okay. But yeah, that's gonna be what my guess is, given those sorts of time differences. Is that what ended up happening is that they made a full story, made the first season, and that being the full story they had planned. The story did well, and so they just threw the rest of the story on top of it. Because that would explain like a 4-year time difference, and then that short of a thing. What is this? On the side. All right, let's see what this is. All right, what is this? I assume this is like a story based on a character that's not the main. Is that the idea, or just side character? The side story directly connects the events of the first season. Okay. So it's the kind of it'd be kind of like the Lion King 1.5 kind of thing, where it's the same story told from a different point of view. Interesting. Ah. Yeah. Yeah. Although I definitely think that given that gap, since this takes place basically toward that Ontario got adapted. It's a side story directly connected to the events of the first season, told from the viewpoint of a different faction. Yeah, that kind of almost in my kind of mind almost guarantees what I was thinking happened, where they made a first season and then they got permission to more or less make a next season, because I think a lot of shows, unless they're written with extra seasons in mind, really can't make like a new season quickly. And so my best guess would be, if this was either like a manga or something, that the original story that was written and maybe a side story, but nothing else. And then the show did well, so they wanted to expand on it. I don't know if that's what happened, but that's just kind of the way that I got from that kind of thing for that. Season 4, part 1, yeah. 11 episodes, part 2, 11 episodes. Okay. I don't understand why anime tends to break up seasons. I guess maybe it just gives I guess it's probably just because if you're drawing it out, yeah. Makes sense, I guess. Since it's I think usually not necessarily, well, I don't know. Is most anime still hand animated, or is it more or less kind of animated using a thing that helps with the animation process, but is still close to hand animated? Or I don't know. I don't know how most anime is made. But that kind of be my guess, is just, yeah, why they split it up. But yeah, okay. All right. Season 4 was 22 episodes total, and either the first or second part was a major flashback for one of the characters, and most are hand animated. The complex characters get added in 3D. There's a few wholly 3D animated series too. Okay, yeah. Well, to be fair, even like you can have 2D not hand animated, but like hand animated is different from other things, because like for like a 3D character, it's 3D environment, whereas with, we'll say, like, hand animated, it'd be more or less kind of like a live 2D sort of scenario, I think, but I don't know. Where you kind of have like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how things are done. The movie is it wrong to pick up girls in the dungeon? Arrow of Origin. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Alright. They're definitely interesting, I'd have to say. And I don't know if you're gonna, like, if you ever want to do more stuff with those or anything, but, you know. I don't know. I don't know how to go. Not Origin. Oh, Orion. I am. Oh, yeah. That's not the worst spelling or reading mistake I've made, but. Oh, I am tired. Okay. Is there anything else you want to share tonight? Oh, for frick's sake. As for the background synopsis, gods got bored in heaven, came down to earth, gained human powers, and let them venture. Okay. Not exactly the most. I mean, it's a relatively creative sort of background for a story. A little bit more creative than some of the backgrounds on the stories that I've come up with, but the gods and humans they gave powers to form familia, hence the series subtitle, familiar myth. Interesting. And is a light novel series first and foremost. Okay. Okay, so yeah, so it'd be a novel adapted into that. Makes sense. It tends to be the case with a lot of anime. Most anime is originally a thing. Also, the second game the series had ended its service on the very same day they first announced the collab with Azure Lane. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, that tends to be something that I notice with a lot of animes that I guess they're basically a book or other written work that then gets adapted into a digital medium or animated medium. So going from written to show, movie, etc. People hated the second game, which not only died out faster than the very long running first game. The first game, despite how successful it was more interesting than the second. Was killed off for the sake of the second game. I mean that's a common occurrence, isn't it? They want to make a sequel for something, and so they try to make something new, but people don't like the new as much as they liked the old, or they rushed the new, causing the old, causing it to suffer more than the old did. I think that tends to happen with most things. All right, too common and cashing the hack and slash slop trend. Uh, trend time. What are hack and slash games again? Are those like the ones where you more or less? It's just kind of like, is that this? No, I don't think that's not that type. I There's so many different types. Think Zelda. Uh, the only Zelda games I know are Breath of the Wild and the other new ones. So, um, are those also hack and slash? I think those would more be like an open world, but I guess they might be hack and slash, though. I don't know. I've only ever watched one person play through the very newest uh thing, the sequel to Breath of the Wild, but I don't know any other Zelda games. More open world than the more confined hack and slash. Okay. So basically, hack and slash is just like the you find enemies and you just kind of button mash till the enemies no more. Is that the idea? You just kind of run through a series of kill enemy in area, go to the next area. So would that basically be like Jedi Fallen Order being kind of like a puzzle hack and slash? Is that kind of the idea, or more of less? They focus more on killing than strategy. Yeah. Okay. To be fair, I think that's most games. Like, if you can kill an enemy, they usually tend more to focus on that unless they're a purely strategy game. That, or I just play every game like that. If it's not a pure strategy game, then I'm going around trying to beat every enemy with a brick. So, maybe that might just be me. You know, there's supposed to be some amount of strategy when I play. I think when you play Enshrouded to beat most of the enemies, but I prefer hit the enemy until the enemy is dead strategy. So, like, hack and slash is just kind of just beat enemies up kind of games. Okay. Alright. Okay. Also, this came out some time ago. You don't need to watch the full thing. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely not watching through this whole thing, but this will definitely... Alright, we'll see what this is.
Yo, what's going on YouTube, and welcome back. So, apologies I haven't had any videos up for the past couple of days. Been a little bit busy recently, and also I have been building a new PC. So, exciting stuff, and it...
Alright, I'm just skipping forward a bit.
True. So, for the programmers out there, you may well enjoy this. So, escape, and I can now carry on. That is actually quite awesome. That is arguably one of the most awesome and useful things. So, I like how this guy looks a bit like Link as well. Link with a USB sword. Nope. Ah, USB slots. Right. Hack block. Remaining push is none, so I need to be able to push it loads times. So I'm just gonna up that to. Hey, I'm gonna say I can push it 25 times. I don't care. Seconds per push. Yeah. Towers per. Oh, cool. I can make it uber crazy. Well, let's just go with that for now. Escape. Oh, well, apparently I didn't need to push it 25 times, but alas, this will do nicely. Phew, I got 3. Oh look, it's my equivalent to Navi. Right, oh hi, be careful.
Okay.
That's right. Yes.
This is so far just puzzle.
Right, thank you very much. Come back. Hello there. Oh, bloody hell. Right, fine, I can't do anything with the tortoise. Never mind. Let's see.
This game is a reference to the older days of people using coding software to hack into
the visual
even older games, change parameters.
Well, obviously cartoony, but oh, hang on. It's got that really sort of like arty feel to it as well, which is really cool. Aha, here we go. Right, harassing Raven. So, I can, right, I learned this from the trailer, so I can either make it my friend, easiest thing to do, or I can still make it aggressive. I can make it have no damage. So now it'll try and hit me. Ha! And you can't do it. Okay, I know he's flying around like a crazy man, so it doesn't really look like it's hitting me. But still, yes, okay. What else could you do? Keep attacking, false, attack speed. Oh, what if I make him super slow?
Okay.
Mind way.
Found a sword.
What happens if it's negative?
Smack something and reveal the USB mail and
OCD means I have to have the
use a
numbers.
player use said sword to access parameters and use them to solve puzzles. Okay.
Well, that doesn't mean much, but anyway, E, thanks for getting.
Okay. I mean, that's interesting, I guess. But yeah, alright, I guess if there's more of that kind of stuff you want to mention, if you don't the Discord or something, or is there anything else you want to say? Because I think that's about roughly the point of me probably ending the stream shortly, so if there's anything more you want to say, good, say that, and then we'll call the stream at that point. But it's definitely an interesting, at least, story for a game. I'll just leave the stream link, the Steam link, and the server, and no one I can find for the raid. Yeah, I mean, let's see. I mean, there's someone playing Zenless Zone. A couple people. You know what? I'll just go without a raid for tonight, just because it is so late, and I don't really want to deal with that. It's currently 2 in the morning for me, so oof. But yeah, I'm just gonna say thank you all for coming out and watching. I've been Captain Dundraxis, signing off.